Good day, welcome to PacPrint. My name is Wayne Robinson, editor of Print 21 magazine. And right now I'm on the Graffica stand with Neil Sotherington, Managing Director of Graffica. Good day, Neil.
Good day, how are you going?
Good, thanks very much. So Graffica, Neil, you've got an interesting line of products that you're bringing into Australia, haven't you?
Yes, well, yeah, mainly, or wholly perhaps, in the packaging area, which has of course grown substantially since COVID. But generally, the growth is good in general, yeah. So,
are you finding that commercial printers are moving into packaging?
of course, yes, in a smaller way, maybe more custom box type product. But we do both ends, the volume, the high volume, as well as smaller products, yeah.
And what are you mainly selling here?
Okay, well we got in fairly late, so I couldn't import one of the bigger die cutters, for instance, but I have got appointments to catch up with people, so that's part of the reason for the show, I think, is to catch up with your existing customers and introduce yourself to new ones, you know. But we did have a few guillotines in stock, as you can see behind me, which is a more across-the-board sort of thing. Most printers need a guillotine. Maybe not be, they don't necessarily need all the handling equipment, but they need something to cut stock. So we thought that'd be a good thing to bring along.
And the guillotines you've got here, obviously they're a long way from the big packaging equipment. These are for the kind of smaller print shops, I guess,
The
aren't
ones
they?
here are, but that same range goes up to 3 metres, which is big, and we have put a 3 metre machine into Melbourne. So, and that's going very well. We've done 2.8, 2.6.
Okay. And what, obviously there's quite a few guillotines on the market. Why do people buy these guillotines, these particular types?
Okay, well I've got 2 types. One's from Taiwan. Daitian, and that's a really heavy duty with twin arms because of the length of the material or board or whatever. These are more for your general printer, you know, doing stickers, doing whatever, and they're priced very well, reliable. The computer's good, easy software. So.
And who would be the typical buyer of these smaller machines?
Oh, the smaller machines would definitely be sort of the A3 digital type printer. And the other one's A2 and A1, but there's still a lot of interest in the small ones.
Great. And then in terms of your bigger packaging equipment, you've got quite a few brands there, I say AOPac, Wonder, Fengi. You're bringing those into the country. What's the response been to those machines? Because they're coming from China.
Excellent. Excellent. We're the market leader in large sizes. That's probably because they're the only company that make those large sizes. No, there are other around the world, but there's nothing comes out of Europe that size. We have a 2.3 metre wide die cutter in Melbourne, for instance. 1850, 1650. These are big machines. We've just put a 1670 3 weeks ago into Adelaide. So it's a good product. That's a Century die cutter,
And they're proven products, aren't they? Because obviously the engineering and die cutting and folding gluers has to be top notch, doesn't it? Because they're treated pretty roughly.
It does, And look, China's come a long way. Partly because of the input from the European machines and the training, and they understand that to compete they have to have a good product and good backup. And in some ways there's an advantage in that the time difference is more favourable. If we do have a little hiccup, within an hour I can get in touch with China and I will get an answer. You know, with WeChat or whatever, WhatsApp, you know. So support is good. But it wasn't like that easy. You do have to sift through some of the not quite so good suppliers to find a good one. You know.
And you've got many years' experience in this industry, of course. You know, you've been around for many summers, so you kind of know what the Australian business wants, don't you?
I do. Oh, I think I do. And you know that a lot of these people won't be running triple shifts on these smaller machines. But on the bigger ones, we've still got that end of the market in Australia for sure, that they will give them a lot of heavy-duty work. So, you know, which is the right thing for the right person. That's what you do, isn't it? As a job, you have to know your own territory.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Neil, thanks so much for giving us a bit of an insight into what you've got in the stand here,
that's great.
And also the products that you're bringing over.
Thank you.